today's video. While scrolling on TikTok the other day, I came by a video from this beautiful sister on TikTok who had this amazing clapback at Charlie Kirk. I believe that's how his name is pronounced. She came with facts, she came with all the right energy, and I really loved the video and I want to share with you guys. So let's let the clip roll.
I truly hate giving these white supremacists any type of airtime, but this guy here is really getting on my nerves, this Charlie Kirk dude, so I have to give him a clap back for this video he posted.
Black people are allowed to talk about black culture in a way that white culture cannot. For example, black people can go up and say that there's a baby mama problem in black America, and white people are not allowed to say that. Oh, I just did, so what are you gonna do, cancel me? Black people are much easier to be able to say that black individuals, despite being 13% of the American population, commit 55% of the murders. Most white people say that at a job, they would get fired for being a rapist. I don't care because I say whatever I want.
Oh, bless your little colonizer heart. You really climbed on the internet and opened your pale mouth and decided to rewrite history in real time like the rest of us haven't been wide awake. The audacity to claim black people have more intellectual freedom while simultaneously gaslighting the entire globe into believing your fragility is under attack. Now that's rich. Irony is so thick, and it might as well pay for reparations.
That's how this one from South Africa made this video talking about Ubuntu and how Ubuntu is about how white people are not humans. It's crazy. It's a whole thing, right? But yeah, this is how they do this mental gymnastics, turn and contort themselves, all in the beats to warp facts and realities and make themselves into something that they are not. It's a historical thing. First, they came back then during colonization, painting themselves in history as the good guys. But the fact of what they actually did, we know what those facts are, right? Very inhumane things that they did, heinous, wicked, diabolical things that they did. But now fast forward to 2025 and now they are claiming victimhood, talking about how they are getting G-sided and how Ubuntu, which is an ideology of unity, peace, love, togetherness, and humanity, that's what Ubuntu preaches, right? Now they are trying to say, I'm sorry, my cat is here. Lala, I'm trying to film a video, baby. Now they're trying to turn Ubuntu into something else and make it about them and talking about how the concept of Ubuntu is trying to strip away the humanity of white people. This is how, just like Sis said earlier, they are gaslighting, trying to at least to gaslight the world into believing that their whiteness is under attack, that somehow people are coming for them. It's crazy having to watch it unfold in 4K. Lala, this girl, she's getting very excited. Please just ignore the noise if you can hear them, guys.
But I'm going to reveal the lie and hypocrisy behind the Olympics that you just won the new gold medalist for. You say black people can talk about black issues, but white people can't. Well, sweetheart, when y'all own CNN, Fox, Time Magazine, Hollywood, Disney, and the banks, and every Ivy League endowment, maybe, just maybe, you can sit out for just one conversation.
Yeah, they have so many platforms to talk about stuff, and they have been speaking for years. They have been speaking for hundreds of years. We've been hearing them speak. We've been hearing their opinions, their perspective. They spoke in history books. Right now, they are speaking 247 non-stop in the media. They have so many things to say about so many different things happening and so many groups of people talking about how they even speak in their media and how they warp things, something they like to do a lot. I came by this video where this lady was talking about how
if y'all ever wanted to see how the media tries to manipulate you subconsciously, here's an example brought to you by the BBC just this week. So if you look at these two articles and the headline from Twitter, man skateboarding to Africa has his belongings stolen. So here's how the manipulation works. You can see that he's traveling to Africa. It doesn't say where he's traveling from and what country it was stolen in, but they want you to associate danger and Africa together, which is why that's the only country in the headline. But would you believe it if I told you he had his items stolen in France? He hasn't even gotten to Africa yet. So the danger is in Europe, but they don't want you to associate Europe and danger together. They want you to associate Africa and danger together. But when they're talking about the fact that he's doing this for charity and he's in Europe doing it for charity for Africa, of course they'll mention where he is, Brighton. Yeah, the media has been like this forever, and unless you know to pick it up, this is how they're manipulating you. Try paying attention from now on and see how the media tries to word things to make it a negative when it's an African country or Asian country or South American country. But when it's a European country, they will always try to put the positive parts at the beginning. Media manipulation 101, people.
So yeah, they did that. They've been talking a lot of ish. The point is, they have been talking. Lala, don't push the lights. God. They've had so many opportunities to speak and have been lying majorly too. So it's just very interesting how, let them tell it now, Charlie and the rest of them who are like him, they want to play this victim and act like they are being censored.
And while you're pretending to be gagged, your people are in every boardroom, courtroom, war room, media room, pushing propaganda like it's your birthright. If you're so silent, how come the world speaks your language, worships your whiteness, and mimics your mediocrity in music, fashion, and culture? But I'm gonna drop those receipts, the historical y'all don't want us to talk about. Let's get into these statistics since you love to throw out black crime rates around like white folks aren't the original terrorists. Let's talk about...
If we want to call a spade, they terrorize the entire planet. They're terrorizing land, they're terrorizing sea, they're terrorizing... Hell, now it seems they want to go and terrorize space. Because they be going over there now, like back to back, making me worry about the hypothetical, who knows if they do exist aliens that are out there, because who knows what they will do to the aliens. I hope for the sake of these creatures and beings, whatever form of life that may exist there, I hope for their sake that maybe, now I don't even know what I want to hope for their sake. They don't exist. Would that be best for them if they don't? Because them not existing would save them from the possibility of having to now deal with these people and what they will be coming with. It's just crazy how now you find yourself worrying about hypothetical, may not even exist beings, because then people are going over there. And they're not going there to spread Ubuntu. I just hate how after everything that has happened in the past, it's other groups of people, black people and other indigenous people, that have to deal with all of these stereotypes that really, we've not even done a percentage of the things that they did.
Let's talk about 100+ million indigenous people murdered globally via colonialization. And how about slavery? Over 12 million Africans stolen, tortured, sold as properties, built your banks, White House, legacy wealth. And what about these serial killers? Oh, you don't want to talk about that. Because statistically, over 76% of serial killers are in the U.S. are white.
Just imagine if that were the other way around. Or if they were, say, Hispanic or Asian. Oh my goodness. We would not have been able to hear the last of it. But since it's them people who are topping the charts in that department, radio silence.
And how about school shooters? Yeah, those white boys, it's about 90% of them were school shooters, right? Oh, and let's not forget global extinction. Yeah, nearly every animal now endangered or extinct, white-led colonizers hunted for sport, fashion, and science? Yeah. And what about environmental destruction? You bulldozed the whole rainforests of this world, dumped oil in oceans, and then said climate change like it was a mystery. And let's not forget, you poisoned your own Europeans during the bubonic plague because y'all didn't believe in using soap. So before you speak on crime statistics, check the colonial body count.
Check the colonial body count. I'm still using that in the future.
Yeah, I want to talk about this irony though. You all want to parent us now? You want to talk to us and talk down to us? You say black folks need to get their act together? Sir, y'all are the original baby's daddies. Raping our women, selling our families, and now you're confused about single mothers?
You see, when she put it like that, that's quite a perspective right there. She ate with that one, honestly.
Your wives were sipping tea while your children suckled on the breast of black nannies. Did you forget? That's the origin of your wet nurse economy. You stole our families and then had the nerve to blame us for the fracture. That's like robbing a man and breaking his legs and then calling him lazy for limping. And don't come for our music, our art, and our soul. You manufactured the whole hedonism and handed the record deals to those willing to sell their souls for the culture you corrupted. Yeah, you say our rappers don't challenge the rot? You own the labels, genius. But I'm gonna connect those dots from the plantation to the Pentagon, baby. See, it wasn't just slavery. It was the war on drugs, the FBI's COINTELPRO, the Tuskegee experiment, redlining, predatory loans, prison labor, Black Wall Street bombings, and forced sterilization. Oh, did you forget that? You all orchestrated the problem, blamed the victim, and then handed out band-aids and made that BS, okay? Even your DEI talking points are laughable. White women are the primary beneficiaries of affirmative actions. Did you hear that right? You parade black faces for photo shoots, the poster child, while your HR departments remain whiter than sour cream. We see it. But here's the uncomfortable truth, sweetie. We are the blueprint, not the afterthought. And you know this, which is why your scientists study our DNA, your historians bury our truth, and your politicians silences our speech. You envy our melanin, our rhythm, our brilliance, so you commodify, crucify, and then cosplay it on TikTok. But guess what? You can't colonize the spirit, baby. Here's the inevitable reckoning truth, and the truth don't die, it rises. So here we are, sifting through your smoke screens, unearthing your stolen stories, and refusing to play nice with lies. You're not silenced, so stop it. You're sobered, and that sobering truth is this. You can't cancel us when we are the original signal, the source of the frequency, the soil from which God made humanity. You call us victims, but we are the verdict, and the jury is back. Your father is the father of all lies, but our father, he is the truth that exposes every single one. I need you to kindly exit stage left because your time on the mic is up.
And that's the read of the day. I enjoyed every second of it. She ate for sure. Educated, well-spoken, eloquent, beautiful. Yeah, I cannot not mention that. I love when I come by videos of people who really know history, who know what they're talking about, who see right through the BS and can call the BS out and say, "Oop, I'm not falling for that ish." In as much as sometimes, having to hear these things, I don't know about anyone else, but sometimes they make me feel a certain way sometimes, in a sense that like having to hear again, all of the things that really has happened that Black people had gone through, like, especially when they're like piled on. To be clear, this is not me coming for sis or saying she shouldn't have done that, because for sure, these are things that we should be speaking about, right? But it just sometimes when you hear them, sometimes you think that you've like, I don't know if to say healed. Have we had the opportunity to really heal? We haven't, right? But I guess the word I'm looking for is like sometimes you think you get definitely not used to it. I don't know what word I'm looking for right now, but you think maybe you hear it to the point where you're like you will not get as affected. Maybe, but I guess no amount of time you hear these things would it make it like less painful. I guess the point I'm trying to make is, you hear these things and you're like, for the opt-in time, like, wow, like Black people really have gone through some ish. And it can be saddening, but also sometimes when you think about it in the lights of, Black people went through all of this and still they are here, it speaks to just how strong we are. And as positive it is to be strong, as empowering that can feel sometimes, knowing that you come from a strong line of people, from a line of strong people, from a line of resilient people, I also sometimes cannot help but feel like I wish we did not have to be strong. I wish we can just be human and like be like maybe everybody else, right? And just chill and sit by the beach all day and drink coconut water and not have to worry about a thing, right? So it's sometimes can be these conflicting emotions. I don't know if I'm making any sense right now, but I hope you guys would understand me. I really enjoyed this video. I like how, since went hard and she came with, all the right points, worded beautifully. And I really want to share this video. So I'm going to leave this video here. Let me know down below in the comment section what your thoughts are. Thank you very much for watching. And of course, as always, I'll be catching you guys in the next one. And I do want to apologize. Sorry for the noise. Bye.